In a remote eastern Himalayan kingdom, development has transformed the way of life for the agrarian Bhutanese people. In Thimphu, Bhutan's capital, authorities estimate that there are more than 50,000 people and is still the fastest growing metropolitan city in the kingdom. Headquarters to most government offices and a large business community, it is also home to most of the kingdom's schools. With growing awareness and encouragement, it is not uncommon to see students initiate and participate in various awareness campaigns. One such group that encourages and helps students is the Voluntary Artist Studio of Thimphu, or VAST, which teaches more than 70 members various art styles and forms, but more importantly, serves as a source of inspiration to these young adults. This year, the founding members decided to take on a new challenge. Over the summer monsoon break, more than 50 members signed up for the 6-day trek on the Druk Path, a trek that would take them from Thimphu across the mountains to the valleys of Paro. Not only was this a chance for them to break away from routine, but this would be their opportunity to make an environmental statement, one which we decided to record on video. All of the members of VAST are from different schools in Thimphu. They have just completed their midterm examinations and are relaxed now and looking forward to their trip. The founding members are briefing them of what they will have an opportunity to observe on the trek and how they should prepare themselves. We were surprised at the number of students who came forward to volunteer to help in documenting their own experiences. The media group, as they came to be called, would be instrumental in the following days to question their peers and learn about the purpose of this trek.
I'm a member of VAST, and it's a very good where we do artwork, and they really teach us very good things. So we decided to be more close to nature. So we are going to Pajudin for a trip, and from there we can get to know and be close to nature and see how you can really do something for the nature and the structures of the nature and everything like that.
Nowadays we have roads and we go in vehicles, but here we are going by walk. That too from the Druk Path, so it will be really interesting, I think.
I like to go. I really wanted to see the beauty of the natures, and I think I wanted to identify the flowers, birds, and I like nature. That's why I'm going over.
Although the morning was overcast, it did not dampen the enthusiasm of the trekkers. Everyone excitedly gathered at the clock tower in the center of town, waiting to start off. From here they would be transported to the youth center and begin the trek. While waiting for the ponies, one of the students took this chance to meet his friend. The trip was special. As time passed by and with no sign of the ponies, it was decided that the group would divide up. Most of the students would start out with Ajakarma Wangdi, while a few of us waited for the pack ponies to arrive. Armed with bags to collect rubbish, binoculars, and a packed lunch from home, they were clearly enjoying themselves. However, at the bottom of the mountain, we in the second group were still waiting for the ponies, who incidentally did not turn up till the next morning. About 4 hours later, Group 1 began arriving at Pajuting. They sought refuge at the local monastery and spent the night there. With all the excitement the day before, those in Pajuting woke up feeling refreshed. And as for us, in Group 2, we were finally on our way to rejoin them.
What are your impressions being here? That I'm feeling really great, and like it's so nice out here. You see all the sceneries. The place is beautiful, and there's so many trees, beautiful trees, birds, and it's so quiet out here.
They began the day by cleaning up the rubbish left by other trekkers. After completing their task, they sat down to sketch and paint the beautiful landscape.
And then you can shade grey.
By this time, we finally arrived at Pajuting. After a well-deserved rest, the media group assembled to discuss what happened and what they'd like to do. It was remarked on the rubbish that was collected and how it may be a good idea to talk to residents of Pajuting and fellow trekkers along the way.
Why do you think nature is important? Nature is important. From nature, we get everything. How do you think you can help the environment to be clean?
So first of all, whatever we take, we should keep that in the back. We shouldn't throw here and there so that we can spoil the place. The beauty is here in Bhutan.
Satisfied with the responses, we set off to our campsite, getting soaked by a heavy downpour along the way. Wet and cold, we ascended the highest point of the trek, over 4,000 meters.
So it's your second day. How's it going?
I'm glad that all of us are together once again, but it's very cold and it's been raining. Our clothes are wet and it's very steep and slippery. We keep falling down and it's very cold and it's very foggy. We can't see our way. We can't see where we are going. So we are just assuming and going wherever we think is the right way.
So I noticed that you put a stone there. Well, what's the significance of this?
Like it is traditionally believed that when we reach the highest point or a pass, we offer something, either a bunch of flowers or a stone to please the deity and to show that we have reached this point. So this is my contribution to show that I have reached this point and to please the deity and to hope for.
We woke up to a cold, misty morning. Although with most personal belongings soaked, spirits were still high. Almost 5 hours later, the first group arrived at the edge of Jimilato Lake. By the time we arrived, the tents were all set up, and it was a heartwarming sight. One of the boys, however, had cut his finger. Luckily, it wasn't serious.
I'm the doctor. So far I treat 2 or 3 people. They had cut on the hand, in the leg, and stomach pain. Then headache, stomach pain, and etc.
This day turned out to be the longest and toughest part of the trek. Further down the path, one of the boys took out a prayer flag because he had just sighted a high pass where he could hoist it.
These are all for energy, you know? These for power animals. And this for any tasking chundrudi, they should all the time go with the horse.
This is my first time to host the prayer flag on the top of the mountain, because the Lama said you have no luck to bring your luck. You have to host where the place is very clean, free of pollution and the person.
Approaching base camp, we met a family from the outskirts of Thimphu who were grazing their cattle. Curious to know what they did with their rubbish and how environmentally conscious they were, Sonam approached them for an interview.
진대기 망학도경 한테 타는 lok대에서 말 품부서 못다가.
Tired by the day's event, the media group agreed to sit down with others and participate in an open discussion the next morning.
After we go back, we'll start painting the posters, and next time we come back, we can put it on the places wherever we want the people to know.
Yeah, that'll be a good idea.
That's great.
I think we should write an article in the council also, and then encourage the people to come here and visit to see the sites.
We can write in our school magazines also. Yeah. The government should encourage this kind of things. That last time they did the garbage collecting and measuring it, and the one who have the heaviest one gets the prize.
Yeah,
Will the government listen to us?
we will make them listen.
You have to.
And above all, they should be, proud that the citizens of their country are concerned about the environment.
Yeah, the future.
They should, support us.
Educate some people here about the environment.
There are not much people around here.
Yeah, we have some.
Yeah, we have. We talked to those.
Actually, the main problem is not educating the. I think they don't use papers like the trackers.
Yeah, it's mainly because trackers
through the garbage. Trackers should be more aware of it.
I think we should put up a signboard near that youth center, no? So that whenever, if you're traveling from here to Poro taking Druk Path, please take a bora or a plastic bag
and collect the garbage.
Yeah.
How much garbage had been collected by
2 boras.
2 or 3 boras.
Yeah, no?
We are taking back to Thimphu this garbage. What's the main thing you all learned in this track?
Nature is beautiful. You shouldn't destroy it.
I think it's time to leave.
I think it's time to leave because our idea is telling us that it is free to
And Chinese the Ajina Nalibakjo the Fahida and Mitan to me this Mitan today. And second between the second baby.
Much to the delight of everyone, the trek to Jelasong was an easy and short one. The scenery was quickly changing, and we could see the Paro Valley down below. The weather too was improving. Upon our arrival at Jela, those before us were already relaxing and sketching. Spirits were running high. Tomorrow they would be reunited with their families. After lunch, some of the students went to pay homage and make offerings at Jelasong. They met with the caretaker, who also told them that Jela was one of the oldest monasteries built to date. Inside, they had an opportunity to express their gratitude to the deities for protecting them and prayed for a safe journey the next day. Later in the evening, they built a big campfire and sang songs. The next morning, we woke up to a glorious sunny day, something that we had all missed since the start of the trek. Since it was the last day, we asked the students how they felt about the entire trip and what they learned from their experiences.
I learned so many things, like how to pitch a tent, dismantle the tent, how to make fires, and then how to help others, and then how to look for
the right path, and then we should always think we should go in group. Otherwise, if we go alone, there are chances that we may get lost because there are so many different paths going in different destinations. So it's always better to have a friend. I learned that.
People say that we are the future citizens of our country, and I think it's true because we are the ones who can motivate the other people to do it. And as a famous person said, that action speaks louder than words. You have to do something in action, then will the others follow.
Through the media, we can reach to greater mass of people. We can create an awareness about the danger the environment is facing, and like how we all are trying to save the nature, and maybe the people will maybe they will understand and help us in some way.
Rona ngaji zumba camping moment isugi ane shoku desuko ane jemi desugi shoku desuko plastic desuko jame telena gi rona I gatok desenam se khamusi se jo jame telen chiso chimajiregi ane takoni tan gese khamusi se thome telen tel ro jemi moment dese mase mapalera khamusi se be se magara do.
The important thing I learned is that now the development in Thimphu, our capital, now it has developed and there is pollutions there, and all sound pollution, noise pollution, air pollution and all, and here there is no development, so we can see the beautiful sceneries, and it's very nice to stay here, and I think we have to preserve it.
After cleaning up their surroundings and taking photos to remind them of the trip, they began the descent downhill. Soon afterwards, they came across a chorten that was vandalized and falling apart. Immediately, some of the members set themselves to repair it.
The reason we are building this chorten is people have demolished it. The robbers, I think. So we are trying to rebuild it so that we can keep our tradition, and like for our future generations, they can have the tradition with them. And I hope other people do the same thing.
Once completed, they were back on track downhill, making their way to Paro Valley. Three hours later, they finally arrived exhausted at Tazong, where buses were waiting to take them home to their families. These young individuals had accomplished a great feat. Not only did they journey across the mountains and endure the hardships, they also achieved what they set out to do: make their voices heard, in hope that this would make a difference.
I think the role of media is very important, as TV and radio are widely listened and watched and listened by everybody. We can spread the message to everybody, and we can show the meaning of environment through the media, and people can see what they never saw through media, and what they thought that it never existed, and they might be happy to go along this path, like after watching the media and taking up the activities that we took. And I think it would be good for foreign countries, especially countries which doesn't have beautiful nature like ours, so that they get the knowledge that they have to preserve their nature.
My message would be the trekking paths. The people don't usually come here. So while trekking, you should pick up all the garbage and clean the place before leaving it.
Don't throw the papers who come for camping and trekkers, for the trekkers. And don't cut down the trees also, because the trees are less here now.
I want to leave in Takunet and Achigar Hachishuni. The Achi dance become cheapest of cheap ocean. Achikarale Nachinam Kitoleve, Lazu, Chichugancho Legimbe. Takunet on the Nivi Lama, Takunet, Legim Gilats, Virgin, Karishin.